Hi guys, it's Dean from Barrow Buddies again. Yeah, I'm back from my summer holidays, got a nice tan. Even my hair's gone a different colour, so it's all good, feeling relaxed, getting back into the swing of things. Had quite a few questions since I've been away. Did try and answer a few. I hope I helped a couple of people out there that needed a bit of advice on the quick. But back to the norm, back to the grind, and we've had quite a few questions, like I said, so I think we're starting. Let's get on with them and answer a few. Right, we've got Gavin from Malden. I need a new 24 volt Pro drive as mine is only going in reverse. Can you get me one sorted and can you fit it? Sorry Gavin, I don't actually sell any parts. What you need to do is go to Cart Porter, which are owned by Calder now, and I do know that they do have them in stock at the moment, but just make sure you get the right plug, which is the same as yours. So look at the little black plug that has the little white arrows on. On previous videos, if you look, I do have pictures on there and on my website showing you the differences between the two plugs. So match the plug up with your one. Go to Calder, purchase it off of them. If they're not doing a fitting service, come back and see me, give me a bell. I can fit it for you for a small charge, or, I will fit it free of charge if you was to have like a full service with me. So go to them, get it sorted, and if you have no joy with them, come back to me, mate, and we can get it all done for you. All right, cheers. Right, we've got Tiggy from Clacton. I've took my Mark 7 wheel apart thinking I can fix it as it had stopped working. But guess what? I haven't got a clue and I can't put it back together. Can you help? Well, Tiggy, don't always mess with things that you're not that sure on, because it can end up being a nightmare and costing you a fortune. But what I need you to do is send me some pictures to my messages on my phone, and show me what you've got. Hopefully you haven't lost anything. If you haven't lost anything, I'm sure we can get it all boxed back up for you and find out what the problem is and where it's coming from and what you need to do to get it resolved. So give us a bell, Tiggy, and hopefully we'll be able to get it all sorted for you. But without actually seeing anything, I can't sort of make a comment on it, mate. So get them pictures over to me and we'll have a look and see if we can get it done for you, mate. Right, we've got Craig from Southend. My leg on my Fat Boy's broke. I'm out of warranty and I've tried to get one everywhere, but no one has got them in stock. Can you mend it? Yes, Craig, bring it down to us. You're in Southend, so you're about 40 minutes away, something like that, 45. Arrange an appointment, bring it down. I'll weld it all back up for you, spray it all, grind it, spray it all back up so it looks nice, back to the same colour. Get you back out there, back out on a swim, mate. So just give us a bell and we get it sorted. Right, we've got Stan from Framlingham. Framlingham, nice place, the country. I used to play golf just up the road from there in Crettenham, so I do know Framlingham. I have an extreme 24 volt and I snapped 2 pins on the plug at the end of the hand control. It lights up but does not move. Do you sell a new plug? Sorry, Stan, no, I don't sell any plugs. I don't think you're going to get a plug for it anywhere, mate. I would advise getting a new hand control, just matching up the plugs, like I said on a previous comment, making sure you got the right one, and going on the Carport website and ordering them. I think they're about £99, something like that, around about the £100 mark. If times are hard and you are scrimping on money, it's a hard one, because if you know what you're doing with electrics, you could probably cut the plug off and then cut your centre cable plug off as well and then rejoin all the wires. But it is a fiddly job. It has got to be done properly, and I'm still a bit worried about water ingress after you've done it and what you're going to case it, rather than just wrapping a bit of tape around it. I would advise just getting a new hand control, mate, because you could end up buggering your hand control up and your centre cable, which is going to cost you even more. So get down to Calder, get one fitted. They're pretty easy to fit. A couple of Allen key bolts on your handle, a few cable ties, job done, mate. It's not a hard one there at all. So Stan, just go and get a new one, mate. It's not going to work without it. You need them. It's all about being careful lining them arrows up, I'm afraid. I know what it's like. If you've been on a night session, you can't hardly see. You've had a few bevies and that. You're pushing it in. You're not lined up. You're going to bend a pin. So you know, we learn the hard way, and just get a new one and get it sorted, mate. Cheers. Right, we've got Terry from Dagenham. I've snapped off one of the prongs that hold the wheel on, which comes off the frame. I've tried to buy a new frame, but they're all out of stock. Can you fix this? As long as you've got the spigot, which is what you're calling a prong, which comes off the frame, it's about 3 inches long. If you've still got the bit, we can grind it down and weld it. Even if you haven't, I've got some steel here. We can just cut it to size, weld it back on. And we can get it all sorted for you, mate. But you'd have to make an appointment, bring it down. You're in Dagenham, probably similar sort of distance, about 40 minutes to the hour to get to me. So get it arranged, get it down here, we get it welded up, sprayed back up, and get you back out there, Terry. Hope that helps, mate. Right, we've got Gavin from Rivenor. I have an old Mark II and my handles keep coming out. I love my old Barrow, but it's becoming annoying. Can this be fixed? Yes, Gavin, it can. I mean, you may have a problem with your thumb screws. They may need to come out, the threads be re-tapped out and the knobs being put back in. Or you may have like a convex dent in it where you need a longer knob, or maybe even a bolt. It depends. If you take your handles out to get them in your car, then we can do something with the handles, maybe put a new thumb screw in there. Or if you leave your handles in and it's not a problem, you're on a van, you go up like on a yeoman ramp, then I can fix them for you, mate, if you want, and have them so they're just constantly in all the time and they're never ever going to move anywhere. So make an appointment, bring it down to us, and we get it sorted for you, mate. It's not going to cost that much. So I'll give you a quote when you give us a bell. Cheers, mate. Right, we've got Gary from Grays. I have an old fat boy with a power porter kit on the front, and I also have a tri-porter kit on the back. But when I go out with my Barrow, it always tries to pull me into the lake by veering me when I'm fully loaded. Can this be corrected? You may have play on your front arms on your power kit. Does it wobble slightly when you're using it? I mean, that may have to be addressed, because when you're fully loaded, it's obviously any play is going to be pushing to the way of the weight, and that also alters the direction of the front wheel. So if there is play there and it's pushing to that play, then you're going to be going violently left or violently right. So that bit needs to be addressed first, which we can do. We can either nut and bolt it if you don't take the wheel off, or put a quick release bolt in. Even if you do take the wheel off, we can maybe put a crossbar on the front wheel, get it all sorted, maybe sort out your spigots, strengthen them inside. There's a few things we can do to get that so it holds its own position nice and tight. You probably would have to have wheel alignment afterwards, but I know it sounds like it's a lot, but it's not a huge amount of cost. You know, I could probably sort it out and wheel align it for you for about 60 quid, mate. So it's not the end of the world. Well worth doing, because it's obviously spent a few bob on it over the years, what having the power kit, tri-kit and the value of the Barrow. So, you know, for 60 quid, well worth doing, mate, to give you another few years back out there, keeping you sweet and keeping you catching the big ones. So, Gary, I hope that helps, mate. Give us a bell, get it, bring it all brought in here, and we get it sorted, mate. Right, we have Tony from Canvey Island. My Mark 4S Evo tips however I load it. Any suggestions? Tony, it's a common problem on the Mark 8 Mark Fat Boy. It is the way you load it, but it's always going to tip if you're on like really high cambered banks. I am bringing out a stabiliser bar, which is coming out shortly. It has been a little bit delayed because I have been away on holiday, but I am working on it, and hopefully within the next couple of weeks you're going to see a little video showing you how you can use this stable bar even with your existing wheels. So it's nothing that you've got to chop or change. It's just something that you're going to put on to your existing wheels. It's going to have another little stabiliser wheel coming out either side, just so if it tries to tip, it's going to bounce on that, flick you back up straight, and you're never going to tip. So stick with the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe and join Barrow Buddies, because you also do get that 10% discount. Not only that, you hit that bell, you know, you're going to get notified every time a new video comes out, so you're going to be the first ones in the queue to purchase one when they come out. So just stick with it, give me a couple of weeks, and there is a problem that will help you tremendously, mate. So just go from there, mate, and keep an eye out. Cheers. Right, we've got Jim from Stratford. I have green clips holding my electric wires on my Mark 7 24 volt power porter. Can you take them off and use them again, as I want to reroute my middle cable? You can, Jim. You do have to be careful though. That version, the Mark 7, did have the green clips. But if you notice on the top, they're in two parts. There's like a bottom U part, and there's the top bit where it clips on. And you can see two little square holes on the top. Just get something fine, like a very fine little flat-headed screwdriver, even a dart, something like that with a point. Just get it inside that little square. Just clip it very gently. One side, you hear it pop out. Do the other side. Don't be too vigorous, because they will snap. I mean, it's not the end of the world if they do. You can cable tie it. Does the same job. But if you want to keep the nice little embossed name clips, just do them gently. You know, little tiny pull down. It should pop out. So get them all off. Reroute it how you want to reroute it. When they go back together, they clip in. They can be a bit firm to clip. It's best to use something like a pair of mole grips. Set them right. Not too hard that you're going to crush the plastic and snap it, but just enough to get, you know, a little bite on it, and then you'll hear them click and they'll go back on and clip back into place. So they can be used again, Jim, and I hope that helps, mate. Right, last question of the day. We have Stephen from Cambridge. I have an extreme 24 volt and my back wheels have excessive play in them, which move about and rattle and really annoy me. Can the play be taken out? Stephen, they do have a little bit of play. At the end of the day, you've got bars that spin with washers. You're going to get a little bit. You can tighten them up. If you've got excessive play on the wheel moving out side to side, just buy some washers, the right size. I think they're about 1/2 inch on them ones, just to close the gap a bit. You don't want it dead tight, so the wheel's going to be tight, or you're going to be putting stress on that wheel, which is going to be putting stress on your motor. So just get it as close as you can to the end before you put the thumb screw in, or R-clip, whatever type you've got, and get it as tight as possible. If the play is still there, on the extreme, they did consist of two parts to the actual bottom wheel axle, what slide into your leg, which is like a silver square section with a round bar coming out, what you screw your thumb screw in, which slides into like a green L-shaped bracket. You can, when that metal bit is in there, get a hole punch or something with a point on it and give it a nice little tap on all 4 sides of the steel. Not too hard that you're going to start creasing the steel, but just to push the steel together all the way around. That will take a little bit of rattle play out of it. Other than that, you've got to be careful by doing all this. It may alter the way your wheel is aligned, because you're taking the play away that obviously when the weight's on it, that play's going there and the wheel's been aligned for that trolley. So when you do it, it may make you veer, it may not, but it will definitely take the play out. I mean, most people just live with it because the play can act as like a little steer. It can give you that little bit of left to right movement to help you steer it a bit easier. But, you know, it depends how you like it at the end of the day. It's your Barrow, and you can get the play out. Just do the things I said, mate, and it should sort you out. All right, cheers. Right, guys, I hope I've answered most of your questions this week. I did have a few more, but we've run out of time. Just remember, keep sending me the messages. Join Barrow Buddies. Watch me YouTube videos. Like, subscribe, and share. You do get that Barrow Buddies 10% discount. You get informed of all the new latest products coming out. And it keeps you on top of the game, mate. So I'll say goodbye for now. Hope to see you all soon on the next video. And go out there and let's catch your PB. Cheers, mate. Bye.